Hey everybody, it's Shino, and we're back in Modded to the Magical Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Last episode, we did some work on our magic, and I said between episodes I was going to continue to work on the magic, and I have been doing quite a bit of it, but we're still really slow on getting our essence built up over here. So I'm at 330 on the light, 2551 on the neutral, 4160 on the dark. Just not going at a really fast pace. Ooh, that one can be attached. So update that. I'm at 1,000. Let's see. Leyline resonator. Come with me. Let's get this connected up here. Not you. Link to there. And link to there. Cool. We'll let that build up. How is this other one? It's not. Oh, it's not connected either. Ooh, we've got 2,000 light. That's pretty good. So anyways, yeah, I have not done a whole lot with spells to try to build anything up. I'll continue to work on that as time permits. I will continue to work on that. Something I mentioned in last episode, though, was, could I combine a battle tower with the ability to use a dark nexus? What has Shino done? What has Shino done? Yeah, so Shino did kind of work on this, and let's see if we can make this work as a demonstration. Now, I've had some weird results from doing this, in that sometimes it works okay and sometimes it doesn't. But we're here at night. Let's hop in here and see if we get it. So what I've got is a simple little room. I've got this set up here. Got a spot up here where we can open up the trap door, do some battling. Oh, I hear one. And then close it back up. And this, I have, I think there's 5 double-headed drifter traps is what we've got there. Yeah, one just fell into it. There you see, he's kind of going back into it and then back down again. Yes. So they'll kind of rubber band back and forth as they're kind of going through this process. They'll just keep kind of rubber banding back into it and back out. There. Yeah, there's several of them coming in now. Cool. Now they're moving. And luckily, like I said, these are the double-headed drifters. So, when we get a double-headed drifter and we harvest it, oh, looky there. And what I had been hoping to do this, to have this set up, was to collect these temporal gears. Oh, I just ate that temporal gear. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, but there's a stack of 3. Cool. Get that out of my inventory there. Sweet. So you see, what we're able to do now is we're going to be collecting during the night. We can pop over here. We can collect a bunch of the lacrima, and I need to get a nexus set up over here. But in addition, oh, he got across. Come get me, bro. Thank you. Those crawly guys have been a problem so far. There's another one. Come get me, bro. Got him. Yeah, I got to figure out. I think it is that step right there that they're able to step across and onto that spot right there. And it is specifically the crawly guys. But if I'm inside here, they can't get to me. Cool. Oh, well, I should take it back. They can get to me through this little trap door here. They are difficult to kind of handle. But with most instances, when you dispatch these guys, it is 1 or 2 hits. And you're able to take care of a double-headed drifter after they've gone through. In addition, we're getting lots of Jonas parts, too. Which I'm not going to complain about that in the least at all. So, all in all, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Needs some work. Definitely needs some work. But we'll definitely use it. Yeah, so these little cry guys, they can get to you. So, luckily, having the ability to fly does help on that tremendously. Oh, he got me. Oh, better than it could have been. And well worth it. And I'm just about out of space, so I'm going to put this right there. And that should start shutting this thing down. They're just going crazy in there. That's a lot of double-head drifters. Could you imagine getting in this middle of that room right there? Oh. Okay, we are back. A lot of stuff to kind of clean up here from that trip. Really good, though, as you can see. There's a lot of gears. And I think I put... Yeah, here's another 1,000 gears over here. So we're doing really good on our gears right now. Nothing to worry about there. And I did fill up a lot of that chest over there. Over in the magic area. I've got a crate over there that I had to upgrade to 10 bronze to start storing temporal gears into. Now, these 3 will not store in there because the NBT data has basically changed on it because they have a name that's other than just temporal gear. So they won't go inside a crate. Oh, between episodes and over the last couple of weeks, I've been working on a little secret project down here. You'll see this elevator has changed to a 10 bronze elevator where it used to be a copper elevator. And that's because it needs to go a little deeper down into the ground now. So this is going to be our machine room for QPTech. Now, QPTech is the original OG mod from Quentin. And Quentin also given us the QP tools for the chisel tools and also the railroad mod. So a lot of good stuff from Quentin. We do appreciate them. But we do have an area set up here now. We're going to be moving some of our machine stuff down here. Went ahead and built a pulverizer. This is the simplest pulverizer really to kind of come up with. Use your trap doors to kind of hold everything in place so that what goes through there will go into the hopper and then have the hopper going into your chest here. So when you need to start getting your stuff ready for making steel, this is a good way of being able to do it. I went ahead and added a bunch of crates down here, and I've got them hooked up to a storage controller so we can come here to find, anything that we're looking for that is in this chest or in any of these crates down here. We should be able to get it right from here for being able to gather our stuff up. I wish we could do crafting right here too. Hint, hint, future. That would be nice. But I'll take it. And then I also went ahead and made the basics of what you need for power generation for QPTech. And by basic, I mean, the primitive electric generator. These are not an early game. You can make these relatively early on in your playthrough of it. For the basic electricity, you're going to need the primitive electric generator. For that, you're going to need to be able to make brass for making brass, you're going to need to have access to zinc, and you need a lot of zinc for being able to do this. For a brass ingot, you're going to need 30 to 40% of it to be zinc and 60 to 70% of it to be. So to make 5 brass, you're going to need 30 zinc ingots for your 70, or zinc nuggets for your 70 copper nuggets for making brass. So it's going to need quite a bit of zinc for it. In addition, you're going to have to make the metal plates. Now, these machine plates are different from the other plates that you make. So pay attention to that when you are going to be working on putting these together. Make sure you're double checking that. Now, I would recommend, once you make the primitive generator, you're going to have a fuel source underneath it. You're going to have water up on top of it. And then when you start this fire up, it'll start generating power here. In the tooltip, you see it says 8 flux. Flux is the power unit for what is going to run these machines. The first machine I always make is the electric forge. It uses 4 flux. So that means one of these primitive generators is enough to keep this going. So one primitive generator, one machine, you're good to go, right? You can be able to run this without an issue. But you'll be producing twice as much power as you're going to be using in the beginning. So what I like to do also is to make the battery. Now, the battery is a little more difficult to make because you got this long process of going through to make metal copper wire. You have to have a tool to be able to make it. And that tool is a wire pulling plate. And it is it has durability on it. And then you have to make the metal rods. And then you also have to make a screwdriver. So there's a couple tools you got to make to be able to make that. These plates are actually relatively easy to make over there. So my normal process is, hey, let's make the primitive electric generator first, and then we'll go into making this next. And then when we go to make these batteries, then we can do things a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. Now, you may be saying, man, Shino, why did you make this ahead of time? We would have liked to have seen you make it. Hey, we could have, and it would have been an entire episode just for making one of these primitive generators from the beginning. Let's take a look at it one more time. Kind of show you the process you have to go through to make this generator. You're going to need to make a lot of bronze. You're going to need to make this Archimedes screw with the port. This is not hard to make at all. Once you have, the basic pieces, it's just cutting and putting it together. So that's not hard, really. For this, you're going to have machine plates. Again, that's your bronze. You got to make your zinc and your bronze. So the first thing I do is you got to cast a bunch of ingots of brass, and then you have to go through and heat them back up to make your bronze, and then or to make your plates. And so that's why I moved a Helf hammer down here. Now this one's not very fast because of the amount of distance, and the wind is just not conducive for this kind of stuff right now. So if we had to go through this process of doing it all, one right after the other, we would be here for a long time. We want to get to the nitty gritty. I've done a previous series, Modded to the Max, the very first series I did. I tried to get started off in QPTech really early and had to work through a lot of the struggles in that. So if you want to see how that's done, you can go check that out. Once you have this made, you have a battery, you have the primitive generator made, you have the electric forge made, you have a battery made. Next thing I'd probably make is the bronze fire pit stoker. Again, this is the brass machine hull, the bronze machine hull, and then chute sections all the way around it. So you're going to need to make a lot of chutes. You're going to need a lot of copper to kind of get into this. You're going to need a lot of zinc. Once you have this, what it does is it will automatically fill your fire pit when it detects that this is on. Okay. So if we look, this battery is not quite full yet. this machine not quite full yet. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this one on, okay? And so what you do is you right click on the machine, you click turn on, and you see the fire pit got fuel into it, one piece of fuel, plus one more, one to get it started, one to keep it going. And it's done that because it's detected that this machine has been turned on. So this works like a switch for you for this as well as that one. Now you'll see it's not putting any fuel over into this one because this one's not turned on. So it's not going to fuel this one at all because it's not on. It's only going to keep this one fueled over here. And it will only put one piece of fuel at a time into it as it uses it up. So when this one gets used up, it'll put one more into it, and that'll go to 139. And we'll see that in and 139. So all automagic. Love the way that works. So now you hear it kicking on. It was heating up. Now it's running. It's pulled 1 liter of water into it. And now you can see that this thing is filling up. Now to help move the power around between, you can also use cables. And these ground cables are the same wire that you need for the battery. Just got to make those instead of going through a puller or running a rod through a puller now to make it. You're going to put the cable on a board, and that's on 2 boards, and that's going to make this bunch cable for you. This thing, this cable junction, I like these because you can use it to kind of move that power up, and you can attach to all sides of it. So, you know, where the cable, as you're going up, you can't attach to the top of it, but you can attach to the sides like that. This, you can go right up now, and I can put anything along here and have additional machines running. So that's the basics of the network using the QPTech. Now, the first machine I like to make after the primitive forge is the macerator. And the macerator works kind of like a combination between a quern and a pulverizer. I guess the best way to say it. So I can put stone in here and turn it into gravel. I can put gravel in here and I can turn it into sand. I can put flour in here or grain and I can turn it into flour. So, you know, a lot of things like quern will do, halite to salt, you know, it shows you up there. But the really, really cool one is you can throw nuggets into it or and be able to get a higher yield off of it. So let's take these 2 stacks. Boop, and we're going to pop up into here, and I'm going to throw that into there. And I'm going to, so it's taking the nuggets and it's kicking it out down here into the nugget pieces here. But you'll see that this crushed copper keeps going up slightly also. And that's where that bonus is coming from. So we're getting all this extra copper, but we can also use this. And you see that each one of those is also, I can use that just like a nugget. I don't want to leave that in there because it'll just continue to heat up. That's the basics of the QP tool stuff. You're still going to have to be making quite a few ingots. You're still going to have to be making lots of plates. So you're still going to need to use this stuff. There are ways there are some machines within QPTech that will allow us to be able to make the ingots and the plates. And that's what we're going to kind of look at, a few of those. First one I want to look at, though, is there's a way that we can chain, kind of like what we have for the sluice box. There's a way that we can chain this together with a wash plant and be able to pick up extra resources that way. So we're going to look at making that. Washing your gravel and sand may yield extra or different items. Also does your sifting. Note in future this would require a water supply and the model will be updated. I can tell you that I don't know how much further along Quentin's going to go with QPTech. he's pretty much been pushing a mod from Flexible Games saying, hey, look, he's already got this much infrastructure in place. It's going good. Flexible Games, another great modder, has done a lot of good mods for us. Night Watcher's one of them that we like to use. Angel Belt. Those are both from Flexible Games. So probably in future, if QPTech is still going, I would like to still kind of play with it because it's kind of the OG for me. It's like Buildcraft from Minecraft. It's where I got my start from. So I would love to be able to kind of continue playing with this just for nostalgia's sake. But I think in future modded series, we'll probably be using the one from Flexible Games and kind of learning it a little bit more. But let's get started in how to make the wash plant. We're going to walk through how to make, can we make the wash plant yet? Yes, we can, because we can use the iron chain for it. I was going to say, I saw steel there for a minute. I was like, oh no. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So I have made several components and kind of kept them on. Whenever I go to make them, I try to make extra, just because the amount of time it takes to kind of make them. But we're going to try to go through this process here with you, just to make sure that you understand what we're doing. Let's get a little bit of fuel source going. And I have been getting a lot of black coal lately, so we're going to use some black coal. Put that in there. And I don't think I need to carry torches with me anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and leave those in there. I don't think I need torches with me anymore. I think we're far enough along. We don't need torches. That's going to make us 5 more brass. I'm going to go ahead and mix up also. I'm going to use some of this crushed copper, and we're going to go ahead and make 5 more ingots of that as well. We got quite a bit of copper, but I think just using it this way will be when we are going to be making a bunch of stuff. Doesn't hurt. Just go ahead and make some extra. Okay, brass is almost done. Just a reminder, to make 5 ingots of brass, we're going to need, to make 5 ingots of brass, we're going to need 70 nuggets of copper, 30 nuggets of zinc. So doing my math, I've come up and decided that this is the amount of metal that we're going to need for 2 machines, the wash plant and the mechanical power generator. Kid you not. Now, we don't have to have 11 iron ingots. We could do this with brass. And if I didn't, most of the pieces that I need, I already have manufactured here. So, for example, I need 7 copper rods. Well, I've got 29 right there. So I could just go ahead and use those and, be good with it, right? But I do want you to kind of see. So we're going to be making several pieces, and I want you to kind of see, how these work as far as getting them done. Cool. Now, I'm hoping that the one thing that works out good for us is some of our X skills. Hoping that helps us out a lot. So I am going to put this on autocomplete, and we're going to help it along here. So each ingot will get you 2 of these metal rods. Cool. Only got 2 that time. Hey, got 4 that time. Cool. And now we need to make our copper plates. I did get 10. I needed 7, and I got 10. So that's good out of the 3. I did only 3 ingots instead of the 3.5. Worked out good. Ooh, that last one gave me 4 plates. That's cool. I like having the extras. Okay, so that should take care. I need the shoot sections. This is where the X skills comes in. Very, very handy on these shoot sections. Only 1. Okay, see if we get a bonus. I got one extra shoot section. That's good. All right, so that is what I need for the first set. Now let's start making the bronze drilled metal plates. One of the side benefits from X Skills also is when you're doing your crafting and you're removing pieces, you have a chance of getting back some of the copper from what you've got off as copper bits. So there's enough there to almost get 2 more ingots. So that really was a pretty significant savings by using X Skills for that. Okay, here we go. Bronze drilled metal plates. Drilled metal plates, what you're looking for. So this is not, don't get confused with the normal plate. Don't get confused with the pulling plate. It is the drilled metal plate that you want. Now we've got some wind going. Violent storm level wind. Perfect. This will help move it along a little bit faster. All right, well, now we're going to start working on the ones that need iron. And I'm going to go ahead, just because the first one I got to do is the iron rods. You need 2 per, and I need 3. There's a chance I'll get it, but I'm going to go ahead, and that's the beauty of having a storage controller right here. It's connected to everything. So you can have more than one storage controller hooked up to the same storage devices, which is great. So now, you know, I can be downstairs, and if I need something that's upstairs, I got access to it. If I need something that's downstairs and I'm upstairs, I got access to it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up one more iron ingot. There we go. If you're looking for something in particular, you can use the search, type in iron. You can type in ingot if you want, you know, however you find it best to do stuff. All right, I'm going to start off with the iron chain first. All right, so we got a total of 10 rods out of 2 ingots. That's really, really good. All right, now we need to make the screws. So each, basically get 12 screws per metal plate. So 2 ingots to get 12. We need a total of 51. So I went ahead and figured 5. That'll get us 60. Or no, 6 ingots. I'm sorry. 6 ingots? Yeah, I figured 6 ingots. So that'll get us 6 times 12, 72. Yeah, something like that. All right. All right, that should do it. Now, I end up getting pretty good on the screws, so that'll help. And 108 iron bits back. Ooh, that's nice. For right now, we should have everything that we need to start going. So we need to make the machine plates first. So this is all the subcomponents we need. We're not even ready to start assembling yet. We are going to need to make, let's start off with let's do the machine plates first. All right, and this is where we're going to put the drilled metal plates in. That's those right there. And we need a total of 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cool. And then we need to make the wire next. So the wire pulling plates, put those at the bottom. You're going to put the screwdriver on top. And then the metal rods are going to go in there. We're going to need 14 metal wires. That means we're going to need 7 of these. That screwdriver didn't have enough durability left in it for that. Here we go. And we need 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we're actually going to need another screwdriver made. All right, just making the screwdriver head. I'm going to go and make these out of meteoric iron. And I got 4 ingots already heated up. So if I get 2 on this first one, which I did not, then I wasn't going to make any more. I was going to make some other tools. I definitely want to have 2 of these available. It's always, you're gonna use these screwdrivers on a lot of stuff. We're gonna be using them in a lot of construction. So you definitely want to kind of make them out of the best durability, the highest grade durability material that you can. All right, so we have several subcomponents that we need to put together to kind of get this done. Archimedes screw, we're going to need 2 of these, but we got to do them different each way. So we're going to need the copper plate. And we're going to need 2 of those. And we're going to need the chute sections. We're going to need 2 of those. And then the shears. And our hammer. All right, that'll get us the one with the port. And then for this one, we just need to do like that, and we'll get that piece. We'll put these right along this. All right, let's make the bronze machine hull. So this is where we're going to need 2 of the machine plates. And another chute section. Takes care of that. And now we got to make the primitive electric motors. All right, so we're going to need 2 machine plates. And we're making 3 of these. And then finally, we need to use a screwdriver. It has 5 durability on it. I'm not showing any durability coming off of it, so that's good. Here we go, 3. So that should be everything that we need for the wash plant. Oh, that goes there. And there's the wash plant. All right. When you go to use this thing, you do have to take care of the fact that there is some sidedness to it. I'm going to set it down right there for now. It shows you your inputs. It says from the top, outputs to the bottom. Okay. This does not auto in, auto out, if I remember. So I think this is something we're going to test it and see. I'm going to put it right there. All right, wouldn't let me put a chute on top of it. We're just going to test this and see. I'm going to put some sand in there. It is auto taking it. Cool. Okay. And it's depositing it into the next chest down. I'm going to, oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to make sure that this device is off for now. Cool. See what we're getting? We're getting some limestone. A lot of people talking about, it's hard to find lime. It's hard to find chalk, for, what do you need to make it. This is a way that you can get it using the wash plant. Now, not everything that goes through here is going to get sifted into something. So you see we're getting some of the slate sand back. So there is that possibility that, you're going to get stuff that way. You will get the copper. You'll get some copper. You'll get some cassiterite. You'll get some quartz, depending on, what all you put in here. Let's take a look at gravel. I think gravel gets you, I know gravel gets you a different list of stuff. All right. So the gravel, none of the gravel came back out. Because coming through the wash plant. It all came through as items. We didn't get very much. A piece of cassiterite, a piece of sulfur, 1 copper nugget, and 2 pieces of sphalerite. And that was from 56 gravel, I think is what we've got out of there. So not a tremendous gain off of it. However, you can now chain these together. And this will allow then items to pass in from this stack. Will now go into the macerator. Now, only items that can be macerated will go through here. So, you know, if it can't be macerated, it won't go through. So you don't have to worry about, you know, things getting in there and clogging up. Cool. All right. So we got our wash plant going. We'll have to figure out a way to kind of move items around through this system. But for right now, anything that passes that gets through the wash plant will get into this chest. Anything that can go into the macerator will then continue on down and get macerated, and the output goes this way. You'll see that when I'm looking at it, that it inputs from the top and outputs to the bottom. This one inputs from the top, but outputs to the right side. You'll notice that with some of these machines, it will tell you if it's, you know, inputs from the top, outputs to the bottom. It'll tell you where kind of everything passes and how it's to be connected whenever you go to chain things together. So pay particular attention to that. Now let's look at putting together the mechanical electric generator. So for this, we are going to need one of our primitive electric generators. So I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to set this over here. We can take this off of here. All right, we're set up. Let's do this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need that. The mechanical generator and enough durability on this. Yes, it is. Cool, cool. And it does. So you can see now 39 devices, network using 20, generating 0, storing 2,176. This is generating, it's fluctuating back and forth. With light air, we're getting like 8, right? So not tremendous. What is that? Is that just a skeleton? Yeah, it was. I was like, what is that? So I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had a hero brine. I was over here working in the workshop, and I was sitting like right here, and see like right through there, something walked by, and it just caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what was that? And I like ran over here, and I like was peeking, and I saw it kind of walk just briefly right through there too. So I was like, ooh, what is that? I gotta go check out, see what that is. That's creepy. Okay, so there's a couple things going on here that I'm working on. One, we got to increase the power a little bit, and so there is something I want to make here, and I'm gonna need some iron plates for it. So we're gonna make up a nice healthy stack of iron plates. Let's see, hopefully we get some extras. Okay, so what we're gonna make is the reinforced windmill rotor from the millwright mod. This is gonna allow us to make some new types of windmills, and I think that'll be pretty cool. I may have to go and harvest if it's available to harvest. No, it's not. All right, let's see if I've got enough blacks to do this. No, I don't, because I made all those stinking crates downstairs. Okay, let me think about what I'm gonna do here. We can use the magical fibers. to make linen. And the biggest hurdle to doing that has always been charcoal. But I don't think that's a problem for us now. So we've done this once before, and I was like, yeah, that was expensive. I'm really not going to be. I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not as bad as it used to be because we actually have more resources available to us. So here's my thinking on this. I know there's people going, no charcoal, don't use the charcoal. Here's my thinking. If we can improve the amount of power that's coming through our windmill, we can generate more power for the QPTech stuff. And with more power from the QPTech stuff, we can replace these with multiples of these. So where these are only doing 2, we could have them set up, we could have 4 of them set up or 6 of them set up, however we want. We can produce a lot more in a shorter period of time. Secondly, we've got machines that will also allow us to make plates using the QPTech stuff. And so we probably won't, we'll still need to use this every once in a while, but we may not have to use it with this. See what I'm saying? We may not need to have the forge going to heat it up, because we may not be making a lot of stuff all at once, like we just had to do to kind of get to this point. So that's why I'm kind of thinking this. I mean, this may not be, such a bad thing. I may come to regret it. It may be one of those things that in a few episodes I'm lamenting about not having enough charcoal or, something like that. I don't know. All right. We'll see how that does this. I think that'll get us. I mean, that's quite a bit right there. Do that. And that 26. So let's take a look at the sales that we can make. Now we'll be able to recover some sales also. I like the centered ones. That's the ones that I like to make. So this is the status. That's the pattern that we want to do right there. So it's these down the middle. And like that. That gives us 1, 2, 3 sets. Okay. I mean, not great, but let's see how it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this one right up here. Okay. We want to start off with these centered ones. And I guess we should have looked to see how much power it was generating to start off with, because you'll see this is gonna produce a lot more power than what we were getting previously. I mean, that's probably the amount of power that we were getting right there. That's gonna be pretty good. If you watched my Rusty Gears season 3, I think it was, I actually built a full windmill set. And this is just the 4. I think the other one I had was either I think it was the 8 or the 6. I can't remember. but that should be producing a lot more power. Let's go check it out and see. So if I recall, I think it was 2176 is what the power level was at. Let me kick that off. I think it was 2176 what we had stored up here. Still showing 2176, but yeah, that thing's cranking now. Yeah, that's a full 8 all the time going right there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break this. Right there. We're going to put this right there. Connect it like that. So we should have 2 separate networks here, right? 13 devices, network using 4. So there's no power connected to this line. This line is not connected to this line, right? So the only power this is going to get is going to come from what's being generated there. Cool. Let's check this out. Let's give me 2 iron ingots. And no power. Okay. It's because the power's got to come out from the back. Got it. I understand now. I see what the problem is. There it goes. Now it's working. And you see that? It says storing 27. See, it's climbing up there. Yeah. And climbing here too. So yes, this thing is now powering our entire system. We're going to make another one of those, I believe. Because I don't think we need to have this pulverizer now when we, and I guess I should check, what is it we pulverize in there? Crushed olivine. Cool. So we can get the olivine out of there. Not sure about the bauxite. And I know we can get the crushed quartz out of there. So yeah, bauxite's the only thing that we need to test to see. If we can get bauxite from here, I know we can get all the other metals. So if we can get that, then we don't need that pulverizer anymore. We can get rid of it. We can hook up another one over here to the power generation. Yes, but that's going much better. So now we're down to a moderate breeze. We're still going network speed 2.3, so everything's going perfect here. We call that a win. And as you can see, we've got these heated up. So if we need to create, if we need to do any of our hammering, we can now do that from right here. Okay, I call that a win. I'll continue between episodes. I'm going to leave one of these here, and I'll probably leave that there also. Probably end up moving ingot molds and all that down here as well. But I'm going to clear this area out between episodes, reroute all this, maybe back behind the walls and clear out this level right here. And put all this wiring back behind, down in the channel that way so it's not visible. And then, yeah, redo this a little bit better so it's, because this can go all the way down to the ground now. That it didn't have to be up to there. But I'll continue to work on that between episodes, kind of pretty this up a little bit. Next episode, we are going to start getting ready to make the jump into the steel age. So next episode is going to be the prep work of getting everything ready for making steel in Vintage Story. And then once we get done with that, we'll be officially done with the Iron Age and into the Steel Age. All right, folks. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.